Yeah.
Okay, welcome to Complete Football Nigeria / South Africa. Those are the two teams we've been focusing on our channel. We're thanks to have TK who's back. TK is in you're in the Northwest. How are things in the Northwest, TK?
It's been a little bit windy, but the weather has been absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful. And my friend Seguri is in the what I would call the Joburg metro area, somewhere in Gauteng, close to Joburg. How are things over there?
No, yeah, we having rain here. It's raining. It's raining.
Yeah. Well, I guess Colombia rained on the party of South Africa yesterday,
Hey,
Amajita. Yeah. The first thing I noticed
Hey.
about that game is that those Colombian guys were a lot bigger. They were more physical than the South African guys. It looked like South Africa was playing in a forest of trees. Those guys were big. South Africa gave a good fight, but I think that by giving up a goal early to a defensive mistake, it messed up their game plan. So they had to open up. And when they open up to score goals, they will score, but they'll also give up goals. They have to play outside of their style. But let's start with TK. Take us back to that first goal they gave up, because I know that was a defensive error. We don't usually see defensive errors from South Africa's defense. What happened there?
no, I think the right back Sibia. I think
Yeah,
he just lost focus. It was just a moment of just lapse of concentration. Critical part of the game, the first few minutes. So I think he thought maybe Low will tell him that hey, someone is supposed. I think the player before the ball even came in, he was almost miles away from there. He just noticed the right here next to him that the player has just arrived, and he was surprised.
yeah. And we all know. See, South Africa plays very good defense and is very well put together. But they're playing now in the toughest teams they've ever played. They didn't have build-ups to the World Cup, so they've done very well. They did well against France. They lost,
Yeah.
even though they lost 3-1 to Colombia. They have a lot of fight, but this is just like your introduction now to like for those young boys to international football. These South American teams aren't playing. Argentina beat Nigeria 4-0. So I would say that part of them, yeah, so they made a mistake, but also that Colombia, their wingers were putting a lot of pressure on South Africa, challenging, and the defenders did well. But when you're playing guys at that level, after a while, after 90 minutes, it's going to break you down because that was a very dynamic team. They're passing, they understood each other, and they dominated the midfield. What are your thoughts, Segodi?
No, I think from the beginning of the game, if you could look at South Africa, we panicked in our build-up. They were pressing us high. We couldn't play from the beginning of the game. We're making lots of mistakes.
Yeah,
So, and then you saw that we couldn't play our game. But after they scored the goal, I think we got into the game and then we started playing. We got a few chances as well. But
yeah,
after we got the equalizer, immediately after halftime, our coach made I think for me he made a very very big mistake by taking our central midfielder, which is uh, Maku, who was at least helping Kekana in the
Mhm.
middle of the field. After
yeah.
taking Maku out, we're open on the midfield. Colombia could do anything. We
Yeah,
couldn't
that's what I
play.
said.
I mean,
Dominating. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
Colombia was dominating in everything. Even after they scored the second goal, we couldn't even fight for
yeah,
to try and get an equalizer. But if you can see, after we've got the our goal, and then we took our midfielder, we lost shape. The guy that came in, we played with double 10, two guys who can't defend, both of them, Vilagazi and
I
and
agree.
Letaku. So we're unbalanced.
I think that
Yeah,
part of that problem is because they know
definitely.
that they have to match Colombia score for score, which is why I said getting behind in the game messed them up. And I think, like you said, that's substitution. Now, what about your guy? The guy that this is an aside. Did he start the one that can dribble very well? The South Africa's genius dribbler, that young boy. What's
Siyabonga
his name?
Mabena.
Did he play yesterday? Although I don't think
Siyabonga
he should.
Mabena.
Did he play yesterday? Yeah, no.
No, no, no. He was never given a chance in this
Yeah,
in
he didn't
this
get to play in this
in
World
this.
Cup. But I think part of the problem is that his style of play, he dribbles a lot and everything. But I think South Africa needs to use lineups that are more direct. But what are your thoughts, TK, about what he was saying about the midfield and about the substitution?
I agree. I agree definitely with him. Is that by removing that boy, it sort of gave us an instability in the middle field. So yeah, it's one of those coaching errors where a coach, I don't know, maybe they had an idea, because what they I think they did. they saw Colombia sitting back, so they thought, okay, Colombia is just gonna try and defend. So now when the scores were even, Colombia was like, okay, now they have to come out of their own half, and
Yeah.
the counter attacks now it started being, because now South Africa was making the same mistakes that they were doing in the first 10 minutes. You understand? So yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, South Africa did very well because even though they lost to France and Colombia, but you can see that there was fight. You guys were fighting, man. That was a physical game. Both sides were playing physical. It's just that with these guys from Colombia and guys from France and all these guys have played international football and they know the different styles and they use it like a very high press. They use press a lot, even like the U.S.
Yes.
So this is like an initiation. South Africa did very well to make it to the round of 16. It's just that, and also I thought that the game would be 1-0 because Colombia opened up more than they did in the group rounds. Colombia drew with Nigeria, but Colombia, it seemed like maybe because after South Africa scored that penalty equalizer, it's like Colombia went to another gear. They realized, okay, now we have to get serious about this tournament. Yeah.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. I mean, after Colombia, even first half, you could see that Colombia it's much stronger. They are more skilled. They have more experience. They just sat back to give us time to play. I think they were actually even reading us, or what can we do?
Using the
Like
moments.
you could see, or after halftime, if we score, Colombia will come on us, and that's what they did. And after we took Lazola Maku, I mean, we had nothing. Even we're playing with two left backs. I thought he should have taken one of them, maybe bring in a winger, a speedy winger who can move with the ball. He just left all those two guys. He added another defender on top of that. So we couldn't play at all. We couldn't attack them, couldn't hold the ball. I think I put it on the coach.
Yeah, but also I'll say, given the coach, this is his first time meeting a team. So South Africa has they won, they beat Morocco, they beat guys in Africa. They had a formula, very very good defense and very good set plays, and rely on what's his name, Tylon Smith. But now they're meeting challenges that they've never faced before. So like if you're a manager or your team and you're now in a situation where a team can shift and they can press against you or they can change formation. So they haven't had the experience to meet teams that have multiple options. Whereas within the CAF under 20 was very straightforward. South Africa didn't meet any offenses or any sophisticated tactical schemes. That maybe Morocco, but even then they beat Morocco. But I think in this championship they've seen all different types of teams. South Africa played teams like the U.S., which is totally different. Then you got teams like France, which is very, very physical. Then you got teams, so they're meeting new types of players. So what they need to do now is building up for the next World Cup. They need to make sure that the under 20 team plays a lot of friendlies. That they start now preparing, and also some of their players still have to go to Europe, like Tylon Smith. Tylon Smith is with Queen Park Rangers. The goalkeeper is in Portugal. So I know that South Africa has a great league. We don't want to destroy your identity, but you have to send some of your younger players to a lot of international youth tournaments, or send them to other leagues. And you can even bring them back to South Africa later, but send them to other leagues to get exposure so they can see these different types of scenarios, so that when something happens on the pitch that you're not used to, they say, oh, I remember we've done this with our team when we were playing in Portugal or so and so. You get what I'm saying? So they need more experience and more exposure to different styles of football. What do you think, TK?
Definitely. Yeah, I agree with you. And there's one thing that I've always looked at this squad of these under 20s, is that it's also not just a under 20 problem. It's an actually South African problem, because I've realized that we lack this idea of playing a simple type of football, and that's how we get caught, because everybody is skillful, they are good in the ball. But when it comes to defending,
hip hop. Shibobo.
Yeah, Shibobo. Hey, we are very good. That's why when South Africa was on the ball, you started seeing South Africa. But when they were trying to defend the back foot, and what Colombia realized is that they don't have to go through Tylon Smith to get the goals. They realized that if we can catch the fullbacks, we can actually put in a cross in.
Yeah, and that's what they use. And they're bigger, so when they get the cross in, they're going to get to the ball first. Because the South African fullbacks were fast. They were able to keep up with the wingers, but the wingers were bigger and taller. That was the difference. Yeah.
Exactly.
And also,
And
they
you know,
know
when
each other. Their passing combinations were very good. Sorry, go ahead,
exactly.
TK.
And when your fullbacks are fast, your fullbacks are fast, all you need is just a skillful winger. And just when it just comes, you do a quick, drop off the shoulder and you put in a cross. Exactly how the second goal came in. You just did a couple skills and put the defender off balance, caught the two center backs napping because they thought that okay, he has this covered. The same way the first goal came in, people thought no, he has this covered, and they lost concentration. So the game was basically lost on just lapse of
Yeah.
concentration, but they will learn.
No, they learned, and they did Africa proud, and they did the country proud, South Africa proud, and they played great because every game they played, teams had to work hard. Colombia had to work hard. It wasn't like they just drubbed them. South Africa is not
Definitely.
it's not old Caledonia. All right. So we're gonna to go to your last thoughts, and then we'll talk about. Are you guys gonna do the show later at 8:45, the Nigeria show? If you can make it, it's okay. If you can, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yes, we're gonna do the show. No,
Okay. Last thoughts to go to about South Africa about
no,
Amajita.
I think it's a great experience for our under 20. I mean, we need these games. We also need these players to get exposure, to play overseas, to get this level of experience. Because if you could see, I'm still stuck on the midfield. Like when Lazola Mark was still there, our central midfielder, our number 10, they were able to find our number 10 in space, and he could be able to make those passes to the wingers, like Vilagazi was playing very well in the first half.
Very good
But
winger.
after he was moved, the number 10 role was crowded because we had two number 10s, Lukaku and Vilagazi. So he couldn't do his things. But anyway, it's a great experience for us.
Maybe he needed a CDM or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
But anyway, so you guys, very brilliant show. You guys are adding a lot of more sophisticated content for South Africa because you guys know in-depth, very good in-depth analysis. Tomorrow, South Africa plays. Do they play their World Cup qualifier?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to do a show tomorrow also right after that because I don't have to work until late. The time that I have to work in the U.S., I have to work tomorrow at 6 p.m. That's midnight your time. So we can do after the game. What time is the South Africa game?
It's
6
gonna
o'clock.
be 6 SA time, yes.
So probably around 9:30 South Africa
past
time.
8,
half past 8.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. Very, very beautiful. You're watching Global Football Africa. We've got kids from South Africa. We got me. We're not waiting for people from Ghana. Where's Ghana?
Ghana.
If we do our show in Morocco,
Ghanaians to Bantas.
Yeah. Because if we do Morocco, the Moroccans speak French and Arabic. They say, "What are these people saying? I don't know what they're saying." All right, good one, guys. Okay, so good one, very
good luck to Bafana tomorrow.
Yeah, so good luck to Bafana tomorrow.
Good luck.
And I'll see you guys.
Also to Nigeria.
Also Nigeria. Although Nigeria got their ass whooped by Argentina. I think Argentina is going to win this World Cup, to be honest with you. And maybe Argentina versus USA or something like that. What do you guys predict? Yeah.
I see Argentina versus USA as well.
Yeah, that's what I see for now, but we'll see. All right, guys, thank you. So I'll send you the link later on. Very good show. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.